We welcome you to Columbia, everyone. Missouri and Oklahoma both playing a quad one game today. Oklahoma earlier today named a top 16 seed in the NCAA Selection Committee's first top 16 reveal. But Missouri, Tamika, one of those teams no one wants to play in. Missouri has got it going on. They've recently beaten Mississippi State and Texas A&M.
Well, Missouri, they're just so gritty. If they get allowed and if you let them stay in a game, they have the confidence. The way they play other team. You look at how hard they work on the offensive end, on the defensive end. They're so well connected.
Reagan Beers back in the starting lineup today for Oklahoma. She's missed the last two games because she was sick, and so just getting back into the game flow. Missouri, here's the difference in the trend in the way they're playing right now. Missouri is a dangerous team, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country, but so far they've been attacking the interior a little bit more. They're Slaughter, who's normally known for pouring it in from outside, posting up.
Well, I love the attack mentality, and look, Slaughter's on the defensive end. Burhurst trying to get the offense flowing.
Cross court. Verhulst, who had 38 in the last meeting between these two, misses that one. Beers with the offensive rebound and the stick back.
That's what Beers does such a good job of. When she is battling down low, she is phenomenal. And one of our referees, Roy, stopped the game. Have a couple of players just being a little bit too aggressive. Here, take another look at Beers working down low with the putback.
5 offensive rebounds for Oklahoma here in this opening quarter. Oklahoma in its debut season in the SEC, but playing a familiar opponent in Missouri. They were Big 12 partners in years past. Shot clock down to 5. Judd being defended hard by Verhulst. Judd will put up the jumper. Yes! As the shot clock was about to expire.
And that was extreme patience by Judd, not rushing her. The crowd got into it, counting down the clock, and she got some space for a nice shot.
Turnover. Missouri will get it back.
Beers for 3 seconds, trying to post up big down low. Take another look at this. Ashton Judd. Great acknowledgement of the clock. 1-2 dribble, pull up, and it's good. It's interesting when you look at just the substitution. Both teams have been subbing players in and out on a pretty consistent.
Oklahoma has used 10 players in this opening quarter. Missouri shooting the lights out in this first quarter, 54% as we head to the final minute. Oklahoma was 0 for 6 during a stretch. They have just not quite found the rhythm here, but again, they did not get to practice here at all. They got in late because of the weather yesterday. Had to go to St. Louis instead of Columbia, so this is really their first experience in this gym.
For most of the players, this is their first time coming to Missouri and having an opportunity to play. Ashton Judd off the mark.
And a jump ball called on the baseline. Good aggressiveness by Missouri as Van had the rebound and she was attacked, got tied up, and the possession arrow will keep it on this end. Under a minute to play here in the opening quarter.
Coach Baranczyk talked about rebounding being an important piece. She said, Missouri is going to attack the board. We have to do a much better job, and we see it already.
Almost a 5-second count. Very close to being a turnover. And a foul called against Oklahoma as both teams were scrambling for the ball.
We didn't say, we haven't talked about the physicality of the SEC, which both coaches have talked a lot about in our meetings with them.
And the foul was on Scott, by the way. Randall, who was there, missed the shot. And another jump ball. This time Oklahoma will get it with 36.5 seconds left to play in the quarter. And about a 6.5-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Wilson will come in and replace Slaughter. She'll get an extra breather for the final moments, next few moments.
Missouri going to put on a full court press, try to slow it down.
Oklahoma and Missouri tied at 15. Quad one game for both. Oklahoma's done such a good job this year of not losing to teams below them. Trying to eat up some time on this possession. Knocked out of bounds by Randall. 4.5 on the shot clock. 11 seconds in the quarter.
And Missouri got really lucky. They got their hands on that ball because down low, Reagan Beers was waiting for that ball.
See which unbounce play they run here. Try to get somebody open quick. Scott will attack. Nice shot as the buzzer was expiring to end the shot clock. Missouri, final shot of the quarter. Judd launches it off the back of the rim. What a good opening quarter as Oklahoma finishing strong into the 2-point lead. But Missouri gave them all they could handle. A little hang time there from Scott. And that was the last made bucket of the opening quarter. It's a 2-point game. Did very well, Tamika.
Well, I think as SEC, when you look at Oklahoma and the rest of the team, this league is hard. We continue to talk about every single game. We've talked to both coaches. Every game you're coming out and you're competing as if you don't know who's going to win. And I think that's what Oklahoma, when they come out and they play, so much fun to watch.
Well, Oklahoma has built a solid resume to right now be among the top 16 seeds. Their net is 16, which you hear a lot about the net being the most critical factor in determining where a team is placed. Their quad one record, this is a quad one game as well. It would give them a 5th quad one win if they were able to hang on here. But coming up, they have Vanderbilt, Arkansas, and Florida left in the regular season. Then, of course, the SEC tournament.
And as I just said, any game, you can't even look at an opponent and look at the record. You have to go out and play heads up. You look at Missouri, they've only won 2 games in the SEC, but yet we have already talked about they are a team that I would not want to play going down the stretch.
Well, I will be shocked if those 16 teams are the actual 16 seeds we get on Selection Sunday, March 16. There's enough time where that can all change. And the next top 16 reveal will be Thursday, February 27th at 6:30 Eastern on ESPN2.
And I agree with you, Sam. Only 4 games left in the regular season, and then we go into a conference play. And there's a lot that can happen. Great steal.
Randall gets the steal. Easy bucket. And just like that, we're tied.
And that was almost another turnover. Beers just throws the ball up. Look at that mismatch down low. Nobody sees it.
Verhulst shot the 3 instead. Offensive rebound and an offensive foul by Williams. But you're right, Tamika. Beers was wide open down low.
I think that's what Oklahoma needs to do. They need to slow down and look and see what they have. But great steal last possession. Randall just read the play. Oklahoma looking at the passer as they're passing the ball instead of doing some pass fake.
Oklahoma's made 2 threes, Missouri 1. But Missouri's shooting 47% so far. Brown gets it back out. Shot clock a factor now, down to 5. Wilson making a decision. Gives it to Judd. Judd will shoot the 3. Good!
I mentioned Judd coming in earlier before the game, about 2.5 hours. Those were the shots she was taking with the lights out. So it's great to see the lights on, and Verhulst will.
They call her P.
Back.
And Verhulst answers with a 3. Verhulst has made 2 3-pointers in this game. In fact, they're 2 of the 3 that Oklahoma's made as a team. Wide open 3 on the way. Yes! A number 1, Delilah Brown.
Missouri just playing so well. Williams, nice attack.
Van answers on the other end.
Transition offense, something Oklahoma has been really doing a good job. When they move the ball and pass it up the floor, they're getting good looks at the basket.
Each team answering each other on the offensive end. Wilson drives and one. A foul on Reyna Scott.
And that's going to be Scott's second foul. You see a couple of players getting ready to come into the game, but I think Scott will end up going to the bench, take another look. Nice drive. Good heads up play for the basket. Wilson.
So Scott does go to the bench. Second foul. Wilson will be on the free throw line. Transfer from New Mexico. Told us today after shoot around she's interested in going into broadcasting. 3 of the Missouri Tigers interested in that profession, which isn't a surprise, as good as this journalism school here is in Missouri. Scott.
So they just called a delay of game when the Missouri players touched the ball after it went through the net.
Missouri with a 4-point lead against Oklahoma. And the Sooners beat Missouri by 17 back in January. That was in Norman. And a foul inside. Yeah, Scott and Randall been going at it hard down low. And Kristen Bell calling the foul against the Tigers.
Well, I like that they're competing, but you almost have to figure out a better way to compete. You can't put an arm in the back. You can't buck back and try to get, position.
He's having trouble getting it in. Finds Scott. Scott can't muscle it up and in. Randall with a rebound. Here come the Tigers. The Tigers are running, and Brown backs it out. Slaughter will shoot the 3.
Well, you sense the energy in the arena. Missouri got a nice crowd on hand to watch, and love just how well this team is playing together.
And a foul called against Missouri. It's on Ashton Judd. Let's go back to that last 3.
Well, Delilah Brown makes a great decision in pulling the ball back out, and Slaughter walks right into that shot.
Verhulst posting up, got loose, knocks it in. Verhulst with 8 points to lead the Sooners.
Great patience down low. Love the battle and the physicality of this game.
Two teams have already combined for 21 points here inside of 4 minutes having been played. The ball bodies all on the floor. It ends up in a jump ball, and it will be Oklahoma's ball according to the possession era. Good hustle.
Those 50-50 balls end up adding up as the game goes on, and with the score being as close as it is, every single possession matters.
I wanted to ask you, though, Tamika, you talked about a basketball court's a basketball court. Is it tough, though, from arena to arena to get used to shooting?
Well, I do think it is. Especially when you look at it, I would go to like a Vanderbilt and how Vanderbilt is made. And what play, take it to the basket.
Foul on Verhulst.
Randall.
16 seed, and Kentucky was not. He did get it right with Oklahoma. Kentucky was a top 16 seed today, so they'd be a 4 seed. Ole Miss is not a top 16 seed, but very much a factor, and they could definitely become one. Tennessee also a 16 seed.
I feel like we continue to talk about just the point of the SEC being as strong as they are. And great job on the board. Judd just going right around a player and getting an offensive rebound. I know coach is looking on the side, very disappointed. At rebounding was a huge emphasis for this game for Oklahoma.
Judd, free throw line. Misses the first one, and Judd is an 80% free throw shooter. That does not happen very often. Makes the second one.
Judd right now 6 points. Slaughter leading the charge from Missouri with 8 points.
Oklahoma down by 8. Verhulst falling down, missed that shot. And then it is picked up by Van. She gets her miss, doesn't put it back up, kicks it out to Scott. Scott will shoot the 3. Boom. Nice pass.
Yeah, I love the fact that Scott followed her own shot. I think she knew it felt good, but she just wanted to make sure.
Randall leaning in over Scott. And the whistle blows again. A foul on Fan this time.
First personal.
That's, excuse me, it's on Scott, and it's her first.
I think Randall's doing a really good job. The first time these teams met, Randall ended up having to go into the game early because Missouri got into foul trouble and had a really good game, 15 points, 9 rebounds.
Randall averaging 11 a game this season. Her dad was a star football player at Kansas, all Big 12 performer. Knocks down the second free throw. And the lead grows for Missouri. They led by as many as 7. It's 33-27 now. Randall with 9 points. 3 on the way, off the mark. Brown had the rebound, now gets it. A strong rebound, too.
Yeah, both teams crashing hard, trying to make sure they make as many possessions as they can.
Brown taking Scott to the bucket and banks it in. Jamila Brown came off the bench, had 12 against A&M in their last game. 5 today. What a second quarter it's been for Missouri so far. You got just under 5 to play. Missouri's scored twice as many points as Oklahoma in this quarter so far.
Well, extra possessions, and that's something that we've heard Robin Pinson talk a lot about. Great shot by Mulhurst. Can't give her any space, but Coach Pinson has talked a lot about we just don't get enough possession. They've been able to create possessions off of their defense and their offensive rebounds.
Verholt's now the first double-digit scorer in the game. 10 points now. Remember, she had 38 in January against Missouri. And a foul. Foul called against Missouri.
Foul on Slaughter. That'll be her first.
First foul on Slaughter.
She was trying to set her screen. She got there a little bit late.
Well, Grace Slaughter, she probably, and neither did Robin Pinson, want to break because Slaughter's been playing so well lately. She's been hot. It's 30 points a game in the 2 wins over Mississippi State and A&M. Beers has not had as much of an impact as we expected so far. Plenty of time to get her going. And a foul inside. Beers gets called for the foul as Randall fell down.
That's going to be her first foul. And it's interesting, you watch the post play down low. Oklahoma is trying to get that space to be able to post up, but they're using their arms a lot. You got to get set. And as the ball moves around, you just have to keep your stance, and your teammate has to put the ball where it can go right into your arms.
Not a lot Missouri's doing wrong so far. Extra step, and the travel on Galakalandi.
Beard does a good job that time of just standing her ground with her hands up.
But one of the things that's happened so far, Tamika, I didn't see coming was just Missouri dominating in the paint. They've outscored Oklahoma in the paint 20-10.
Well, Missouri's done a good job, and we mentioned this earlier. They are normally always looking for their three-point shot. This game, they have done a much better job of attacking.
It'll be interesting to see what adjustments the coaches make at halftime. Lob down to Beers. The double team came over, and she was fouled from behind. I think they're going to get Judd for that one.
Yeah, with the foul on Judd. Judd coming over, she did a great job on the rotation. All she had to do was get over there, get your hands straight up, and force Beers to have to score over you.
20 seconds on the shot clock, 3:21 on the game clock. Missouri shooting a red-hot 61% in this game. And a foul inside. Galakalandi gets called for the foul as she was defending Beers. That's her second. And that is team foul number 5, so Beers will be at the free throw line now. Beers, one of the players on the list for Wooden National Player of the Year. Also a top 10 candidate for the Lisa Leslie Center of the Year award. Linthicum coming back in.
they're trying to figure out how to guard down low. You got players like Beers and Williams doing a really good job of just moving.
First free throw good. Reminder, Friday night Heights. Got a gymnastics doubleheader here on the SEC Network and the app. LSU will take on Kentucky at 7 Eastern, then Auburn and Alabama follow. Should be another good night of gymnastics Friday night. Beers knocks in 2 free throws to cut the lead to 4. Linthicum, who's part of a long history of Linthicum sisters that have played here. And coming off the screen is Abby Schreck for her first bucket.
And they put that play and ran it to a T.
Always nice to see the scouting report paying off, right?
Well, the scouting report won, but also as many times as you go through the plays and to see them come into fruition.
All right, so take us through it, Tamika.
Well, Linthicum does a good job up at the top. Nice dribble. They got the double screen on the side. Schreck reads it. One dribble, pull up, right into a shot.
Do the summer campers see that play?
I think so.
Okay. That's how you know it was a good play.
And they're going to do the same thing on the other side. Triple screen down low, trying to get a nice open shot to Slaughter.
Slaughter runs into the double team and stops. Shot clock under 10. Randall. And one bumped by Williams will go to the free throw line. Second foul on Sahara Williams. And Randall goes back to the line.
Take another look at this. Randall, great job getting into Williams' body for that left-handed shot. And I think for Williams, she's trying to move her feet. She's just a step too slow on that. She allows Randall to meet her as she's going forward. That forces that foul.
Randall, the leading scorer in the game for Missouri, 11 points right now. She'll have a free throw here. She's 1 of 3 from the free throw line today. She's shot the most free throws and makes that one to complete the three-point play and build the Missouri lead. 2:18 left in this opening half. Anything surprising you so far?
Not really. I mean, I think coming into this game, and I'm sure Oklahoma knew this too, but when we talked to Coach Pinch, and she said it's great to be able to have the experience. When you go through it, sometimes you just have to go through it. They went through it, and Van answered back. Nice little three.
Skylar Van knocking the three-point down. Last year's co-player of the year in the Big 12.
And we got the sisters, number 3 and number 24, both of them.
Yeah, there's the younger sister getting the steal. Zaya Van with the steal in the bucket. And look at this finish by Oklahoma. This is one thing Robin Pinchton mentioned to us today, is just not letting teams go on spurts when you have a lead. And it's quickly been cut to a 4-point lead for Missouri.
And you got to be careful, and you got to watch.
Randall. Linthicum off the mark for the 3. Keys with a rebound. And a foul in the backcourt on Randall.
Well, that's what you were just talking about, Sam. One thing leads to another thing, leads to another thing. And Oklahoma, great job. It starts with this nice three-point shot. And then the steal by the other sister, Van to Van, taking it to the hoop.
Zaya Van, a freshman. Her sister, Skylar, the co-Big 12 player of the year last year. Zaya, a top-rated high school recruit in the state of Oklahoma, following her sister. The Linthicum sisters on the other side of the floor have played for Robin Pinchton for years. Only one left right now, Hannah. And the free throw good by Lexi Keys from Tahlequah, Oklahoma.
Well, they honored Micah Linthicum a few seconds ago in the last timeout, amongst the other alums that are in the house.
Keys makes both free throws, and the 8-point lead has been reduced to a 2-point lead for Missouri. Robin Pinchton right now going with 3 players off the bench that did not start. Both these teams have a lot of depth. Shot clock down to 5. Wilson with 1 on the shot clock. Wow, they've done that a couple of times.
Yeah, they have, and they have used the full shot clock, and down the stretch have been able to make some big plays.
A big bucket for the Tigers. Another 3, sister to sister. This time it's off off the mark, and a foul on Beers in the process of the rebound. That's her second.
You're trying to fight down low, and unfortunately for Beers, she's a big target down low. And she's trying to go up to get the rebound and trying to create in her space. But in the midst of that, when other players fall down, it's not a win-win situation.
So Hannah Linthicum, the fourth-generation Tiger, great-grandfather, grandfather, father, all played football for Missouri. Sister Sarah plays at Missouri State. Micah graduated from here at Missouri. All three players played here last year, by the way. And we have 3 top 25 men's teams on Wednesday night. Vandy at Kentucky, Alabama at Missouri, Wednesday on the SEC Network in the app. 6-point Missouri lead. A lot of free throws in this first half.
Both teams really competing hard. I do like the physicality, and I like the pace of the game on both sides.
Oklahoma trying to eat up some clock here at the end of the half. And a whistle away from the ball. And the foul's on Slaughter. That's her second. It'll put Oklahoma back on the free throw line with 19.1 seconds. And Skylar Vann, who's coming off a 20-point game against Auburn, up to the free throw line.
Well, Missouri trying to make it hard for Oklahoma to make their cut, but Slaughter had both hands around Skylar Vann.
First free throw of the game for Vann. Also one of those Sooners that's gotten her bachelor's degree and getting a master's right now, makes both free throws. Missouri trying to score to end the half. Wilson probing. We're down to 5 seconds. Pass intended for Schreck. Brown. No foul, no basket. Missouri will lead at halftime, and they are 10-2 this year when they lead at the half. A couple of double-digit performances for each. But this is a fun one. Dare I say upset alert. Let's head to the studio. Peter, Kelly?
Put their head down and taking it to the basket.
Yeah, there's Missouri outscoring Oklahoma in the paint 24-12 in that first half. And Missouri was 10 of 11 in the second quarter shooting. They shot 63% in the first half. Let's see if those trends continue or if Oklahoma has figured out a way to turn this around. And a foul called right away against Nia Wilson, who was defending Williams. Oklahoma took a while to come out after the half. I'm sure there was an extended conversation going on in their locker room as they try to figure out how to get this road win in the SEC on a day where they were named a top 16 seed in the initial reveal. Couple of whistles right away. Sooners way under their averages. Remember, they're the third best rebounding team in the country, by the way, and third in assists as well. They average 86 points a game. So Missouri's done a good job at taking Oklahoma out of what they do well.
It's been interesting. That last foul that was just called is going to be the third foul on Angelique Gallicolandi. So she will be headed to the bench, and that's going to be an offensive foul. So both teams started their possession this second half with offensive fouls. Third foul on Raina Scott. It's also the third foul we've had called in this first minute of the quarter. Gallicolandi again going out, as Tamika told you, in a little bit of foul trouble right now. Both these teams go 9-10 deep. When you go back to the first time that they met, and Gallicolandi did not have an opportunity to really get into a rhythm because same thing, she was in foul trouble. Neither did Beers the last time. She injured her shoulder in that game against Missouri. And Beers with the block. And it is picked up by her teammate, Raina Scott. They're trying to get a post up down low. Raina Scott not able to shoot Williams. Rolls off, and then Slaughter grabs the rebound in between Williams and Beers. The Slaughter dribbled it out of bounds. They'll give it back to Oklahoma.
11th turnover of the game.
Maybe
The Tigers.
Maybe a little bit of a bump, but Slaughter had a teammate up ahead that she could have passed the ball up to.
What is it that Missouri's doing so well against Beers? Why don't you think she's been more of a factor so far?
Well, honestly, I think it's the ball pressure. When you look at the ball pressure, they're not even looking down low.
Williams with the offensive rebound and sticks it in on the other side of the rim.
And I can imagine the halftime talk was really about picking up the intensity, being more aggressive. Missouri shooting 60% at the half, 63% at the half.
That's huge. 10 of 11 in the quarter. Slaughter posting up on Williams. Contact, no foul till the end of the play on the rebound. Well, I would say don't even pay attention to the January 16th number, because that was the game that she was injured, her shoulder, and missed quite a bit of time after that. So, but today, 4 points, 2 rebounds. I think there is something to why she's struggling today.
Well, and
you just kind of
I will go
acknowledge.
back and say I think that Oklahoma has to do a better job of letting the plays work themselves. But I feel like when the players catch, they're immediately dribbling, so you miss being able to look down low. And in that moment that she has a wide open post up, you have your head down with the dribble. So pick the ball. When you pass it, look down low first.
Slaughter, that is a rare miss. She's 86% free throw shooter, made 1 of 2. Tried to get it into Beers there, but it goes out of bounds.
Coach Baranchek talked earlier about just the fact that you got to get the ball into her hands, not necessarily making her have to reach to go get the ball. You got to figure out how do you put it where her hand already is.
So when the ball gets in her hand, she finishes 66% of the time.
Exactly.
One of the best field goal percentages in the country. Judd doing a lot of dribbling, finally threw it back to Kroenke. Shot clock down to 5. Fans counting it out. Randall had her shot blocked from behind by Scott. And the whistle blows on the other end as the ball was launched. And a foul called, I think, on Kroenke.
Yeah, it's going to be on Kroenke. That's only her first foul. Trying to slow down Skylar Van from getting a good post-up look.
Do you feel like this is a physical game?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a physical game, but I think both teams are made for it. And it's almost the expectation.
Zaya was calling for that, and that's why Zaya Van buries the 3. And Zaya, that's only her 13th made 3 of the season, and we are tied at 45.
I love it.
Just the 7th time the score has been tied in this game.
Slow and steady. I think Oklahoma going through their game plan.
Shot clock down to 5. Judd looking for something to Linthicum. Kroenke 1 on the shot clock, launches. Yes! She beat the clock.
So we have seen that happen. We saw it in the first half 3 times. And Kroenke, good looks down the stretch.
And that is a good response, according to Robin Pinch, and that's exactly what she'd want to see.
So Reagan Bears in that last possession, wide open for the post-up, and they missed it.
Zaya Van doesn't miss that. She's had 5 straight points here to start the 3rd quarter. The reason we're tied again, and containing the scoring runs by Oklahoma, big emphasis for Missouri. It's where they've let a few games get away from them this year. Judd, little fadeaway. Off the mark and a foul, and Beers grabbing her shoulder a little bit. Glad to see seems like she's okay. She's going to come out of the game.
Zaya Van, nice shot right there. Just wide open look. Another cross court. This time she doesn't settle for the 3. She takes it to the basket.
Timeout on the floor. Reagan Beers left the game. Hopefully she's okay. We're tied at 47. We'll be back in just a second. 52 in red. And I came down on her left arm. Looked like she came down on her elbow, but as you can tell she grabbed her left shoulder, and she's standing there listening into the huddle. Of course, she had a shoulder injury against Missouri earlier this year that caused her to miss some time and is just coming back from being sick for 2 games. But what a first season she has had at Oklahoma. A nominee or a finalist for the Wooden Award, All-American last year. And really, she has been the steady anchor for this team this season.
Well, I think she has definitely come in and given the Sooners a low post presence. Between her and the addition of Liz Scott, they're able to do a little bit more around the rim. And I think she's still adjusting. She's still learning the system and still learning this team. But you look at how she's been able to excel year after year.
And by the way, just a junior, so a big future ahead in the Oklahoma uniform for Reagan Pierce. Oklahoma has made their last 3 shots. See if they can keep that going. They've gotten back into this game. They were down by as many as 9, 47 all now.
A big reason is Zaya Van, number 3, has done a great job of hitting her open shots and getting to the basket.
Shot clock under 10. Verhulst catch, shoot, scores. Wow, that's fast.
That was a quick shot in release. I tell you what, if you don't have your hands up when she catches the ball, it's going up.
Verhulst has been playing so well in SEC play. Slaughter trying to answer with a 3. Good rebound by Scott. Great position. Verhulst thought about pulling the trigger again. How about the cross-court pass?
Nice little bullet play.
Slaughter runs down the rebound to Kroenke. Judd will shoot the 3. Off the mark. So Oklahoma has rallied to take the lead. They've outscored Missouri 10-3 in this 3rd quarter. We'll return in just a moment. Can feel the excitement, especially in that promo, as the SEC tournament right around the corner. These are the current standings now. It's important to finish in the top 4 because you earn a double bye in the tournament if you're a top 4 seed. Remember, this year, more teams, so more games for you to enjoy.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun, too. And you think about it, you look at the seeding, but we all know when tournament time comes and you get the opportunity to play, anything can happen at any point in time. And that's what I love about the tournament is we got some great teams in the SEC, and we get to witness it every Thursday, every Sunday, sometimes on Monday. But when you get to the tournament, it's hardcore.
Oklahoma
we'll be there.
Yeah, Oklahoma trying to gain some ground on Ole Miss. Zaya Van, boy, she's been impactful here in this 3rd quarter. All 6 of her points.
She's shooting 3 for 4 so far. Only has 1 foul and just been steady from the point guard position.
In the 61st meeting between these 2 longtime rivals. The 2nd time they've met as members of the SEC, and Oklahoma hasn't been here in a long time. They haven't won in this building since 2004.
If you watch down low and at every single possession, Verhulst trying to get a play, and
Zaya Van,
of course.
Yeah. Zaya Van's the MVP of this 3rd quarter so far for Oklahoma. Jump ball will keep it on this end. Zaya, the freshman and the younger sister of Skylar Van. Big 12 Player of the Year last year. Oklahoma's on a 7-0 run right now. Remember, they were down at halftime.
I think Oklahoma definitely picked up the intensity.
Do you see anything tangible they're doing differently other than intensity?
Well, they picked it up defensively. They made it hard for Missouri, but I think Mizzou was also in. Zaya Van almost got another shot. Left her wide open, but I think even for Mizzou, they've started settling back to the 3-point shot and not actually attacking the basket.
Yeah,
which is what they did very well in the first half.
First half, they outscored Oklahoma 24-12 in the paint. Slaughter will shoot that 3, banks it in.
The bank is open officially.
You get that shot at home, right?
Whatever it takes. And that was a big play. Missouri needed to get a bucket, and down low right away, the band.
And one, the foul on Brown. Back to that banked three, because for Slaughter, that's her third made three of the game.
You see it. She looked up, and at first she wasn't going to shoot it, but when she released it, I don't know if she knew that ball was going in. And then, of course, on the other hand, Skylar Van continuing to go to work down low.
We talked a lot about her little sister, but it's Skylar that has had just an amazing collegiate career. The Co-12 Big 12 Player of the Year last year. Was on the Wooden Award watch list earlier this season. Their dad, Bryant, played for Billy Tubbs back in the 90s at Oklahoma. We're on Norm Stewart Court here at Missouri. Did you ever know Norm Stewart? I got to meet him when I was a student in North Carolina. Yeah, he was they were playing at UNC. Never forgot my name the whole weekend. Galakalandi. I always was impressed by Norm Stewart's ability to remember names.
You know, that is a skill set.
Dean Smith was the same way, actually. 3-point lead for Oklahoma. Keys. Wow, Schreck was in her face. And Keys, who coach told us she wants her to shoot more, she's doing it.
It's always great from a coach's perspective when you tell a player what you want, and then you actually see it into fruition.
Battle along the baseline. Foul on Verhulst.
See it right here, Keys, good job. Just gives herself enough space to step back and jump into that jump shot.
Keys now with 11 points, almost doubling her average of 6 a game. Oklahoma shooting 64% behind the three-point line in this quarter.
That's a tough shot right there. Slaughter trying to get it up, and good defense by Oklahoma.
Robin Penson pleading her case. I love watching this Missouri team play, though. They are so fun to watch. Robin Penson does an amazing job with these players and getting the most of them.
I think it's the culture. Yeah. When you come and you see the culture, even have to shoot around. Look at Beers. She continued to post up down low.
You see Reagan Beers back in the game, by the way. She went out earlier.
And of course, that would be Zaya Van taking it to the hoop. So she is feeling comfortable in the second half.
Foul was on Schreck. A lot of fans at the free throw line. Well, tomorrow, SEC Inside grants you an all-access pass to the Mississippi State men's basketball team. You'll get never-before-seen footage, sound from players and coaches. It's a real behind-the-scenes look, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, right here on SEC Network and the app. Oklahoma, 11 of 13 from the free throw line in this game. And in a game like this, it really matters.
Yeah, when you look at the third quarter alone, Oklahoma outscoring Missouri 19-8.
It's been a complete turnaround for Oklahoma so far in the third quarter. And they're also out-rebounding Missouri again. That number had gotten turned in Missouri's favor in the first half. There's another rebound. Williams clears it up the floor to Keys. Keys shooting the three. Fans wanted to travel, didn't get it. And it is stuck back in by Williams.
Williams has been working all afternoon. She might not get her hands on every single ball, but she's going to be a part of the play, whether it's her defense, whether it's on the offensive end, setting screen, getting to the offensive boards, and she's been working.
Slaughter takes the handoff. Shot clock a factor again. 3 seconds against the Tigers. So another Tiger turnover. That's the 12th turnover of the game on Missouri, but at a costly moment.
Well, this is what Coach Pinkston talked about. Oklahoma scores, and then Missouri they have the opportunities, but they don't take advantage of it. So then one play, one possession rolls into another possession, and the next thing you know, the other team had gone on a 10-point run, and you're trying to catch up. They just got to slow down and go back to the same pace they were playing.
Entry pass, intercepted. Kroenke. And then she turns it over to Beers. Beers to Van. Van, no foul, but the bucket is good.
And Van now 9 points. Zaya Van, number 3.
Oklahoma with an 11-point lead now, as they've completely reversed course here in the third quarter. This third quarter score is 23-8 in favor of Oklahoma. Nice look. Kalandi with the finish.
Yeah, more of that from Missouri. That's what you saw in the first half, but you just have to give it up. Oklahoma just doing a great job of the attacking.
Final seconds of the quarter. Van throws back to Williams, and a whistle as the shot went up. Kalandi gets called for the foul. Eric Bruton trying to explain to her what she did.
Well,
Fourth foul on Kalandi, by the way, and they're going to take a look at that play.
And
The previous personal foul is under review for a possible upgrade.
yeah, look at number 52 right here, and Kalandi, number 30.
It's Beers holding her throat. Foul was called on Kalandi, and they're going to review it for possible upgrade. It has just been a total turnaround for Oklahoma here in this third quarter. Fans are getting a look at it as well on the Jumbotron. So look in the middle of your picture, up at the top, 52 and number 30. 30 in white.
Looks like Kalandi wasn't even looking at the play. She actually just had her arm up, and Beers ran into it. But both of them have been battling.
Yeah.
So it's one of those hard, before that play even happened, she had two hands on her and was pushing Beers out of the paint. You got to figure out, you can't do that. You can't have two arms on a player and pushing them out.
So again, that's Kalandi in white, Pierce in the red. Little bump there. Foul was called on Kalandi. That much we know. It was her fourth. All three officials reviewing this. Kristen Bell there on the left. Roy Gobolian on the right.
After review, the personal foul is deemed to be hard and unnecessary contact to the chest or neck area. It has been upgraded to an intentional foul. 2 free throws plus the ball opposite table.
Well, you hear how the crowd feels about it.
And that's a big call, too. Oklahoma with a chance to have a huge moment here. Kalandi with her fourth foul. This is the NCAA rule book on intentional foul. It's upgraded to a flagrant. And it'll be Keys who will shoot the free throw.
Well, it's tough, too. There's only 2.9 seconds left in the third quarter. And you basically get a possession and then get another possession. So you get an opportunity what could turn into a 5-point play.
Keys has only missed 4 free throws all season. She's 5 of 5 today. And so Oklahoma extends its lead to 11 and will have the ball now with 2.9 seconds left in the quarter. Largest lead of the game so far for Oklahoma, and it could get bigger. Verhulst trying to get it in. Verhulst gets it back, launches, misses the shot. But Oklahoma comes out of halftime. They were down, and they exploded in the third quarter, outscoring Missouri 25-10. And Oklahoma responding to the challenge of their head coach, Jenny Baranczyk, at halftime. as they go into the fourth quarter now, up 65-54. And in that third quarter to make up a halftime deficit and lead by 11 here to start the fourth quarter. Peyton Verhulst, she had 38 against Missouri on January 16th, and she's got 13 today against the Tigers.
Well, Verhulst doing what she has been known to do this season, and that's hit big shot, making it look so easy, but just the shooting from the three-point line. She's 3 for 7 from the line, 5 for 10 inside. It's just been a consistent threat. Every single time Oklahoma needs a basket, I feel like the ball gets in her hand and she makes the play happen.
Verhulst earlier this year had Oklahoma's 4th triple-double in history. 29 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists in an historic game against Duke, who Duke could be a team you hear a lot of in the postseason as well. She's one of only 2 players since 1999 to have a 25-point triple-double against the top 25 teams. And the other one, Caitlin Clark. That's some pretty rare company.
That's impressive right there. But, you know, when you get a chance to watch her in person, it's the little things. She makes plays happen without having to even really be involved in them. The ball just naturally finds her on the offensive end, and defensively, she's pretty steady and just making, you know, they switch here and there, but the way they communicate on the defensive end, I mean, it's just impressive watching.
So what would you advise Missouri to focus on here in the fourth quarter?
I think continue to do what you did in the first half, and that's attack the basket. You got to go up strong, you know, especially when you're going on a one-on-one possession against Beers. Either go straight up and try to get the foul or pass it out and rework the ball.
Beers just grabbed her 5th rebound. She's posting up inside against Slaughter and turns it over.
3 seconds in the paint. This is what I mean for Oklahoma. They will get better even. This is toward the end of the SEC play, and you're going to tournament play, but I think what they need to do is catch the ball, and instead of dribbling, look inside. Skylar Vann does a great job of posting up. Beers does a good job of posting up, and Liz Scott, when she's in, same thing.
Missouri needs a bucket on this possession. Will they get it? Yes! Abby Schreck buries the 3.
I think somebody heard you over here, and Abby Schreck didn't even hesitate when she caught the ball.
Shot by Schreck. Her first 3-pointer of the game. 5 points. The lob into Verhulst. And Verhulst, nice post move, and it was Beers with the assist.
Verhulst can be a little deceiving. They have her listed at 6'1", going up against Abby Schreck at 6 feet.
Van got her hand on that pass, knocked it out of bounds as Slaughter was looking to get loose for the 3.
I like the patience for Oklahoma, but you see Beers, no dribble, looks, head up. You see Verhulst down low, posted up, and good pass.
Beers is such a versatile player, not just size. There's a turnover. Williams intercepts that pass. Beers going to work, spins to her left. Nice finish. Reagan Beers now with 6 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists.
I think we failed to say that Beers is 5th in the NCAA in field goal percentage at 66%. So when she gets the ball down low, she is going to be efficient.
It's sort of a trend in the SEC. Medina Okot for Mississippi State. She's top 5 in the nation in field goal percentage as well. So this league gets a lot of credit for its guards, but there's some very talented bigs in the SEC. Williams, nice move inside, and Williams forces Missouri to take a timeout. So Sahara Williams sends us to a timeout with her 8th point.
That 27.3-point spread and how much they beat teams, you're seeing how it happened in the way that they play.
Yeah, that is a massive number. Jenny Baranchik's teams since she arrived in Norman, have averaged 82 points a game. They love to score the basketball. They average 86 points per game this year at 71 now, obviously. Scott going for the steal. Good save. Keep your eye on the shot clock. Won't matter. 3 on the way. And a foul on Van. She and Randall got tangled up. Skylar Van gets called for the foul.
Well, that's a good sign for Missouri, though, just being able to be active on the offensive board.
Remember, it was Missouri that was just shooting so well in the first half. Second half's been all Oklahoma. Sooners have shot 71% in the second half.
You look at the bench, Coach Pinson's mouth was wide open. She was trying to figure out who she was passing the ball to. That's the unforced errors that you talk about.
Van, nice pass. Scott just couldn't quite get her footing. And Verhulst had the interception, threw it behind her back to Scott Williams, and another bucket by Raina Scott. An 8-0 run. That was beautiful.
And I love the pass. Oklahoma just heads up play, back-to-back steal, but in that last possession, we'll take another look right there. Verhulst heads up, pushes it back. Liz Scott to Williams. And a nice finish. I think this is fun basketball. These are the things that you do in practice. We go over the play, don't let the ball hit the ground as far as nobody dribbling, and it was pass, pass, pass to a nice finish by Raina Scott.
Well, that was some creativity. I love that fast break.
And any other time, you almost as a coach, you wouldn't want that flip back pass, because now from the defensive end, you have one player out of the play. But Verhulst did a good job of somewhat passing it back to her teammate. Just a heads-up play.
Well, that's a good point, Tamika. I think at this point, Jenny would take that. Jenny Baranczyk, her 4th season at Oklahoma, the Big 12 Coach of the Year last year. She's taken this program to the NCAA tournament every year. She's been at the helm, and they're in position to host for the 2nd time since she took over. They last hosted 1st and 2nd rounds in 2022. They're among the top 16 seeds at the moment, which gives you the right to host 1st and 2nd round games. Missouri needs some points.
A hard play down low. Liz Scott and Linthicum got tangled up. Their feet got tangled up, and Scott will get called for that foul. That will be her 2nd. I actually like the substitution pattern. You know, Coach Baranczyk has done a good job of keeping her team fresh.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's something that they have, that depth that just continuously is consistent. In the first half, they were 7 in and out, and eventually it's producing the results. Played 10 players in that first half.
Skylar Van bringing it up. Okay.
Yeah. Here's Keys, who's been so impressive. 13 points, more than twice her average today. Williams almost got it, and a foul called on that rebound.
And Skylar Van is upset because earlier on the other end, she got called for a foul, pretty much the same thing.
So Skylar Van picks up the foul. That'll give it back to Missouri. Oklahoma to take on Vanderbilt next. Linthicum took an extra step, and we'll give it back. Reagan Beers will come in off the Sooner bench as Scott will go out. 18 turnovers on Missouri right now, 11 on Oklahoma.
Linthicum did a good job posting up, but when you hike the ball, you got to put it down on the deck, or at least have your pivot foot.
Missouri averages 16 turnovers a game, just 2 over their average. Zaya Van.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
You look at her facial expression, she just always
Never
stoic.
changes. Her big sister, Skylar, draws the foul.
That's going to be the third on Randall.
And it'll put Oklahoma on the free throw line now. 5:28 to play. Nia Wilson coming back in the game for Missouri.
24, Skylar Van shooting 2 for ball.
Skylar Van, more than 1,600 points and over 800 career rebounds in her career. So again, the top 16 reveal occurred earlier today. Top 16 seeds, if the tournament were to start today, Oklahoma was the 15th seed, but in that top 16 seed, SEC had 6 of the top 16 seed.
I think it's very impressive when you look at the SEC and just, we continue to just talk about every single night, night in, night out. You don't know which team could win.
Yeah. So 10-0 run right now by Oklahoma. Tigers trying to answer that. Brown, shot clock under 8. She'll shoot. And Bierce with the rebound.
Yeah, I think one thing Missouri does have to do, though, they can't just do a one-man possession. You got to move the ball and pass. That's what they did well. They moved the ball from side to side in the first half.
Good D by Linthicum to knock that out of bounds. You know, we talk a lot about Verhulst and Keys today, but Oklahoma's had 7 players score 6 or more points in this game. I mean, that is some serious balance.
I think that's what makes a great tournament team, and being able to look at, okay, how long can you stay in the tournament when you have balance scoring, and you can tell even from a player standpoint, they don't care who scored.
Seems to be a pretty common theme in the SEC this year as well. You have a lot of teams with 4 double-digit scorers. Good offensive rebound, and the putback is easily put in by Sahara Williams.
Yeah, Oklahoma has come alive in the second half, and they are having their way in every which way. We talked a little bit about points in the paint in the first half and the fact that Missouri was outscoring Oklahoma, but since then they have just went on a run.
Block of the Randall shot. Keys trying to save it back in bounds. Does. Williams, by the way, has 10 points for Oklahoma, so Oklahoma has 4 double-digit scorers today.
Zaya Van right there. She had 9.
Verhulst fouling Randall on the way up. It has been total domination in the second half by Oklahoma. Randall will be at the free throw line.
And you said it earlier, Missouri needs points. And I think the fact they're doing a lot of dribbling, but you can score more points by passing and moving the ball and making the cuts and trying to get Oklahoma, get in a spot where Oklahoma is not by moving the ball.
Randall unable to make free throws. Length of the floor pass to Zaya Van. Finds Williams underneath. And Williams stepped out of bounds. The ambitious attempt there just didn't work out.
I like the creativity.
Yeah. And Hika Fadrapa from Germany coming in, number 5 in white. First time we've seen her today. Trying to get loose for an open shot. Oklahoma's defended so well here in the second half. Shot clock down to 5. Judd with 2 Sooners chasing her. Goes under the goal and finds the bottom of the net.
I like that hesitation. I like the drive to the basket. She had Beers on her back and still went up strong.
Ashton Judd now in double figures. And a foul underneath. Foul's on Schreck, her second foul. And Oklahoma will inbound the ball.
I don't feel like right now you have anybody on the floor that can really guard Beers down low.
Think they need to try to force it into a little more?
Oh, I do. I think you got to look from an Oklahoma standpoint. And, you know, you at this point, you don't play the score.
Yeah.
You play the opportunity to continue to get better as a team, and that's on both sides.
Well, Judd, 5 straight points by Ashton Judd. Judd, her second 3 of the game. She has 13 points.
And look at that mismatch.
Yeah, they get it into Beers.
That's going to be a foul on Beers.
So Beers gets called for the foul. That'll give it back to Missouri. Waiting to see if we're in the bonus. And Jenny Baranczyk is upset. There's another delay of game.
No, it was a foul. She was upset. Baranczyk is upset because she didn't see the foul.
It's the 3rd foul on Beers. And Robin Pinchton and Jenny Baranczyk are having a conversation at midcourt as well. 2 longtime friends. It's kind of fun to watch the head coaches talking to each other
during the middle of the game.
I know we had our cameras on the play, but the 2 coaches were literally standing next to each other at half court having what looked like a very pleasant conversation. Verhulst off the mark. Van. Nice move, and she's fouled on the arm. So Zaya Van will go back to the free throw line to shoot her 3rd and 4th free throws of the game.
I love watching her. So this is a freshman on a new team in the SEC. So to have freshmen, and we have quite a few great freshmen that are currently playing, but to watch her run this team the way that she has, especially first half, the ups and downs, but the second half is really jump-started by her. She hit 5 points straight.
Well, she's had 10 for the game, so Oklahoma now has 5 players in double figures. 11 points for Zaya Van, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 of 6 from the field. And Tilda Sjökvist, junior from Sweden, will come in, along with Lucia Milkovic from Croatia. So Robin Pinchton bringing in some of the international players on her roster. She was talking today what a fun group this is to coach, just because of the versatility of the group. Players from all sorts of different countries and backgrounds would have made a nice melting pot of team chemistry.
Yeah, the diversity. And when you can build the culture around the players that she has, you know, you have your staple players that have been there, and you bring in transfers and you bring in some of the players from overseas, it does make for a nice melting pot.
Wilson looking for the opening. Good D by Keys, but Wilson finds a way to score. Eight points for Wilson. She hasn't missed a shot today. 3 for 3 from the floor.
If you're saying that, I would say get more opportunities.
Kirsten Johnson in for the first time. She's posting up, number 5 for the Sooners. Gets fouled from behind by Vadrapa. Aubrey Jones coming in now for Oklahoma. Haven't seen her today. That's her with the ball.
I love the fact you get to these points when you get to see other players.
And nice to see both coaches giving some players the opportunity here at the end of this game. 90 seconds left to play. And Oklahoma looking for its 19th win of the season. They'll be on a 3-game win streak before they meet Vanderbilt on Thursday. But again, I still think Missouri is dangerous.
I agree with you, and I think when they get to a point where that looked like a travel as well, but she's going to get to the
got
free throw
fouled.
line. Yeah. I think when they can get to a point where they can control these long stretches of when they make a mistake and getting back on defense and being able to make a defensive stop and or taking care of the ball on the offensive end, they're going to be even more danger.
Milkovic missing that free throw. She is a sophomore, 6'6" sophomore from Croatia. Represented her country on their U18 team last summer. And knocks down the free throw.
Surprisingly, Missouri shooting 9 for 17, 53% from the free throw line.
Approaching the final minute of this game on a day where Oklahoma saw itself named as one of the top 16 seeds if the NCAA tournament were to start today. This is a good win because Missouri certainly looked like they had the potential to win this game in the first half. Good D. Wilson trying to finish. Couldn't quite do it. Three on the way. Yes! By Jones.
And you see the excitement on the bench. Players standing up.
See if a three in and out by Milkovic. So Oklahoma, no need to try to score. The Sooners respond to being down at halftime. They come roaring back in the second half and win this game 82-66, outscoring Missouri 42-22 in the second.